Hey guys, it's Vi. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the very first episode of my reVIve Me project. So basically, in a nutshell, what happens is my viewers, subscribers, friends, and any simmer who can upload to the Sims 4 gallery, you upload your creations, your houses, your lots, and your rooms, and I revive them. I change them to your specifications, etc. So I put this petition out on Twitter, and I have it on my blog spot as well. All of the rules and all that goodness will be linked in the description down below where you can go to my blog and check them out. And I would love to see your creations. Without further ado, I give you the very first episode of reVIve Me. Alright, so my very first project here for reVIve is by the amazing Simproved. She is a fantastic builder. I have done a 50-50 collaboration quite some time ago with her. It was the Moonsight Manor, a Tudor build. Oh, it was amazing. I am going to give you a link in the description to her channel. If you are not subscribed to her, you need to check her stuff out, and you will probably want to hit that subscribe button because her builds are absolutely amazing. She is my inspiration for building. Yes, my friends, she's amazing. Check her out. Anyways, the amazing Simproved took the time to build me this cute little house that you see right here. It's called Exterior Practice because she's challenging me here to do the outside of the house. Nothing to do with the interior, it's all in the outside. I'm going to read some of her, well, most of her description here for you to tell you exactly what the goals for this particular reVIve is. She says, "Hey Vi," and I say, "Hi Simproved. This house is in its absolute raw state. I ask you to decorate it as if it's a creepy, spooky house. You can change the windows and doors, stairs, fences. Just the walls have to stay where they are. Make it as detailed as possible. Use friezes, different fences, windows, and stack some roofs over one another. Cheats are allowed. You can do it." And then she says, "P.S. Don't forget the garden," which means landscaping, folks. Whee! So, if you would like to snag this for yourself, once again, it is labeled as Exterior Practice. You can find it under the hashtag reVIve. Also, you can find it on Simproved's page. That is her origin ID. And like I said, I will leave a link in the description to her YouTube channel. You have to check it out. But anyways, if you guys want to tackle this challenge of sorts on your own, that's another reason you could download this Exterior Practice and try it yourself. See what you come up with. But I want to show you what I came up with. Alright, so the very first thing I did when I got this build is I plunked it down on a lot. As you can see, it's on a 20 by 15 lot right here. And then I also placed it in the lot adjacent to this one so that I could kind of get like a reference point of sorts. I wanted to see what she had done, what I started with originally. I wanted to make sure that whatever I was doing was going to be unique enough that it changed it and I wasn't using all of her ideas for the structure itself. So I wanted to kind of have like a before and after for a while, and eventually I do end up moving the build slightly over. The camera angles were really kind of crazy in build mode, and I jumped around a lot to me, and it was kind of nuts, and I thought it had to do with the fact that this lot was so close, but even after I moved that build over to the left a bit, I still ended up with that problem. So I don't know if it's just that lot itself that does this, where it's like you're up high and then it like sinks down. I don't know, it was really crazy, it drove me absolutely bats. But anyways, what I did is I must tell you that in this build, this is not the very first time that I messed with anything. I did pop this out originally and mess with it for a couple days, playing with different, not full days, guys, just for a few hours of different roofing. So, hi guys, I am a roofing, like an auto roof junkie from The Sims 3. So I don't really know how to manipulate the roofs very well, and I struggle greatly with this. And I had no idea what kind of tools that they gave us, because if it's not your standard triangle and bam, you're finished, you just plonk it on there and call it a day. Yeah, I struggle with that. So I figured I'm not going to make you guys sit through me trying to figure out how to manipulate the roofs in the first place. So once I kind of figured out an idea of what I was going to do, that's when this build takes place, and you are watching when I have recreated what I thought would work in my head. Honest to goodness, guys, I wasn't sure if this was even going to work. I looked up plans on how to make a mansard roof because we don't have those in The Sims 4. If you are wondering what a mansard roof is, it's that one that's at the very top where it has a very flat top there, and then I have fencing around it. That's called a mansard roof, or at least I believe that's how it is pronounced. And I thought that that would be fabulous for this type of a build because she was wanting something spooky and scary. Well, when I think of spooky and scary, I don't think of like a modern style home. I don't think of a contemporary style home. I think of your old school Victorian or something like that. When I saw this build originally, I saw potential in it to be like a very small church even. That first, where I have the gargoyle hanging off of it, I did try a couple things where I made a very pointed, kind of a tower, if you will, but it just kind of, it wasn't doing it for me. So I did lots of research on different ways of roofing, and I figured out something that I thought would look good. So when you are seeing this build video, it is the first time I tried it on this particular house in this fashion, trying all of it together. So it is authentic, but I wanted to let you know that I am not a roof guru, and it did not come easy for me. I had to mess around and play with it for a while. So if anybody is curious what my main struggle with doing the exterior of this house build was, that was it for me, folks. It was the roofs. So yeah, leave me comments down below. Do you struggle with roofing too? I hope that in the future, if somebody else uploads something and they want me to do the roofing, that they understand that it is a struggle for me, but it was a good struggle for me. So Simproved, thank you so much for making that part of my requirements of stacking roofs, or, you know, that kind of stuff, because it was a struggle and it is a challenge for me, but that's what I'm looking for. I want to expand my building. I want to get better and I want to try new things. It taught me so much about how to manipulate the roofs. I didn't realize that there were so many things you could do with the 4 or 8 roof types that we have. We have 4 different roof types, one that's on regular and one that's on a diagonal, so we have like 8 total technically. But anyways, it was a fantastic opportunity for me to learn how to manipulate those silly roofs and how many things you can make out of just those 4. I don't know. So that was amazing. Thank you so much for that challenge. It was great. But anyways, Simproved tasked me with making this a very spooky, scary build, and I didn't want to make... I know that with the vampire stuff pack, we have a bunch of new goodies, like the, water stains, and there are cracks and things like this. And I thought of adding it to them, but unfortunately the way this works is you can't put those on foundation. I am so irritated with foundations because it seems like we can't put anything there, because I wanted to put the climbing vines going all the way down to the ground, and it's just not possible either, so it's really frustrating. But anyways, I wanted to do that kind of stuff, but you can't with foundations, and I thought it looked a little strange, or at least in my head I thought it would look a little strange if I were to add the cracks and stuff. And maybe I'm off my rocker, and maybe I should have added them to give it more of an old school look, but I wasn't really going for necessarily old school. I was just kind of going for more of just kind of an old, not really old, gosh, I don't even know how to describe what I was going for. More like, I don't know, this is an, fine, I'll say it. It's an old home, and I just thought it looked kind of creepy. But anyways, that was really awkward, and I have no idea what I was talking about. But anyways, I am going to start talking about the build because I got everything finished. I found the color scheme that I was after, and the next huge task for me is doing the exterior. And Simproved probably knows that exterior is not my strong point. It's not something that I freely do all the time, and it's not something that comes easy. I do rooms and call it a day, room after room, and that's it. So exterior practice, this was probably, I don't know, this was great. This was an amazing challenge, and I really, really appreciate Simproved. I really appreciate you uploading this as a challenge for me because it was great. And honestly, this house could be done over and over and over and over again with everybody's different takes on what they consider spooky, and I could even take this house and change it so it's not a spooky house, but it has a more modern feel or contemporary feel. Just taking your main structure. I mean, this is fantastic. So guys, if you are looking for, you know, something to give me as a challenge, this is kind of what I am looking for. I am looking for things like this, and I'm also looking to help those builders who are not as experienced as myself, and I'm not even an experienced builder, but I would like to be. I would love to help you with your creations, but I messed around with the exterior here, obviously, because that's what I was told to do, but doing landscaping. I am still a landscaping noob, and I had an absolute blast with this one. I shimmied and fiddled for quite some time to get it to look like Okay, I need to explain something to you. I am one of those people that is very balanced. So if it's on the right, it needs to be on the left. And so I am really trying to be more sporadic in my building and in my creations. Just kind of like, you know what? It's a little off center. That's okay. That's how it's supposed to be. I like it. My terrain paints, it wasn't, that's probably one of the first times really that I haven't pulled out the square terrain paint maker. I just used the round one, and I didn't even go over it multiple times to do this, which is a first. I literally just said, you know what, the path is going to go somewhat over here, and it's going to be over here, and it's going to be fantastic. So as you can see right now, when I'm telling you that it needs to be on one side, it has to be on the other, right there I sat there and I started to kind of revert back to how I usually do things. And I'm like, all right, well, I have to make this kind of a path, and I'm going to make them on both sides. We're going to have the same bush, and it lost everything. So that's why I delete that and I start over and do other stuff, and it's going fantastic. Guys, I am so proud of the outdoors of this. It's such a small build, but I think that I did good with the space that I was given. I think that I'm happy with it. I like the fact that I used the terrain paints. I tried not to use a bunch of color because I wanted it to be very natural looking, kind of overgrown, but not totally untended. I didn't want, you know, a fancy garden where things were planted. Oh, and speaking of, I actually go into the by debug mode and I snag these little, what are they called? The mosquito. Oh, now they're right there on the screen right now. Those little mosquito trap plants. I don't know what they're called now. I can't remember. I think it's just called mosquito trap something. But those are fantastic. And those are the only plants that are tendable that I put in this build. And they are so cool, guys. They're so cool. I love the animation of those. But I put those in there because, like I said, this is a spooky build, so it needed to be kind of creepy. And I thought, those are gonna go perfect, and that's the only thing I want for like a quote garden. In the very back, I did put together it's like a little shrine area, and it's got the little pad for the wellness skill, so they can, you know, in front of it. Yes, I don't know. Is that hokey? Maybe, but that's what I did, and I hope you like what I did. I also wanted to put in some lighting because I know it's a spooky build, but I still wanted you to be able to see everything. So I went through with these little tiny saucers all over the floor, and I tried to put them inside the plants so it wasn't glaringly obvious that there was a light there, but just like the light emanated. So the bulk of the light is actually at the altar area in the very back. And then I also go through and I do put some exterior lights on the house itself, but there are not very many. So I was bummed because I couldn't find anything to put where the gargoyle is hanging there. No lights actually fit on that space. I can't get lights even with the cheat. I could not get lights to sit there as well. So unfortunately on both sides of the house, in the front and the back, that the room or the area up there where that roof extends from the front to the back, you'll understand better. It's the one where the gargoyle is sitting on it and where the planter box in the back is on the wall. Those cannot be lit up, and I don't know how else to do that. So if anybody knows how to get lighting there, please leave comments in the comment section. Leave me a comment down below and tell me how to do that. But anyways, I checked what it looked like at night, so here's a good little indication. When I'm putting all the lights on, you can see what it's going to look like at night. But then I'm going to leave you guys with some screenshots. It's going to show you all angles of the outside, and it's also going to have a comparison of the front and the back of Simproved's house, and the original, the exterior practice home, and the final product of that which I did. So I am super proud of this build. Simproved, thank you so much for putting this little challenge of sorts together for me to tackle, and I hope more of you do the same. Anyways, I would like you guys to go out there and be a pineapple. I want you to stand up tall. I want you to wear a crown, and I want you to be sweet on the inside. I will see each and every one of you guys next time. Take care. Bye.